What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's a boy King again. They are chat the damn thing again, people. And today I think we have a unnecessary dramatical situation for talk about. I don't know, people. It is about time, or it's almost time. Reggae Boyz squad will be announced, and we have seen a few names that are being dropped around. Where there's a few names that some people say is confirmed, right? There's only one name really and truly that a club has confirmed, and that is Jamal Lowe. However, there's a lot of reports coming out in the past couple of days where there are a few other names that are being touted to be making the squad. And again, we are seeing we're two super agents. I don't want to say two super agents, but we are seeing we're two agents. I think the most powerful agent, one of the most powerful agents in Jamaica football, that is Craig Butler, coming out and doing what he's saying is defending his players' omission from the team. So there's a lot to talk about, and we really are going to just, you don't know, in Ball Pree TV style, we are going to just make sure so we go through all at the basis and touch exactly what I go and show you which part this I start from, and make we touch all the real statistics and find the truth about what really are going, if it's really necessary or if it's unnecessary. Because in my opinion, I don't think we need this distraction right now. You get me? I say, but I could just take a look at what I go on, see who's really talking the truth, and move from there. But people, if you're new to the channel, you know, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you're watching back on the replay, just go ahead and like that video as well. Just hit the like button. But people, we could jump right into it. We could break down the facts and the stats and get right into it after the intro. Run it.
TV, big them up. Yes, everyone, in case the family, big up Pree TV. Like, share, subscribe. Boom! I don't know about Pree TV, we are big up, I don't know. Boom!
I go on Ball Pree TV, you don't know how to pick. Big up yourself every time.
Like, share, and subscribe to Ball Pree TV.
I will tell them, say, Ball Pree TV, I will tell them, Tyrese is nothing. Zoom in for the diamond then.
Oh,
Image
shit.
is everything. Obey your image. Oh, with them, I've seen enough TV before, but I've never seen a TV like this. I've seen enough station before. Ball Pree TV, the one you top the list. Room! Shizzle for cheesy. I didn't know bigging up Ball Pree TV would be so easy. Kaboom! Room! Sham! Kaboom!
Yeah. We could jump right into it, people. We could jump right into it real quick and fast, and show you what really are going on. So we could take a look at what are going on first and foremost, people. So this all started when we start seeing some posts, right? So we start seeing some posts on Instagram, and these were the first of a few posts. So I think the first post we really saw was this post by the Jamaica Observer. Take a look at the screen and see what's going on right now, people. I think it all started from this post by the Jamaica Observer saying that Whisper, Nicholson, and Dix among boys set to be snubbed for for World Cup playoffs, right? I said starting the people. So the first post, I don't know, everybody I dropped them leak squad, them predicted squad, all kind of thing has been happening. But I think the real drama we are going around the situation is happening because of this post. And again, not only this post, because I guess the agent of the players would have known whether or not their players have made the cut or not, because I think you have to give the clubs and their agents like 14 or 15 days prior to the squad being called up notice, right? So again, I think that the agents of the players and the team coaches would have known like prior before. So I guess I could just jump right into it, and then we're gonna see exactly what I could just follow the timeline. So I think it all started on this day here where the Jamaica Observer posted this. Now, people, this is not me saying that it's the Jamaica Observer's fault, because again, me not try nobody for blame. So this show is not a blame show. It's just about getting to the real truth behind the situation we are going, right? So that we are doing right here. So we are jump right into the truth. Isn't big up yourself, fire is in the building, people. And again, I'm gonna drop the link very early for those who want to join, because this is not gonna be, it's not gonna be a 90 minutes ball game, people. This is gonna be probably a half an hour stream, so it's not gonna be long. So Here we go, people. Here we go. Yeah. So here we go. So it started right here, people, when this was dropped. Then let me just bring up the rest of stuff them so we can see everything will go on. The timeline and everything will go on. And not only a timeline where we are as of today. So it started out with this post by the Jamaica Observer, and then everything started kicking off, really and truly, because what we saw after that was, let me get the post them right. Alright, let me get the post them right, so we can see exactly what they go on. Alright, let me bring it up again differently, because I think bringing it up that way, people have to break down the full timeline and everything, so we can really and truly see what they go on. You see me? We can see what they go on. Alright, so yeah, so it started off with that post, right? And then the same day, I think we saw this post from Dujuan Whisper Richards himself. Now, I've always been one to say that I don't like when players come out and speak up for themselves. That should be the job of the agent. So I can agree that it's the agents who are supposed to come out and talk for a player if a player feel like him for that. And now the truth is, the players what players supposed to do is go out, they can perform on the field and make a football of the talking. Now again, I understand both sides of the story, because you're gonna have a side of the story where say it's hard for you to perform, especially when we know that the perception of there's a back and forth between Craig Butler and the JFF. So I understand where all of it is coming from. So don't feel like I know where it come from. We have to talk about that, say that has been there. And we're gonna see somebody there in the post them in the future. So we saw where Dujuan Whisper Richard posted this image on his Instagram. And it says from top to bottom, and it's a bin sign. And him also include another player that is touted to not have made the squad in it. That is Kaim Dixon. Now the interesting thing about this, people, Whisper and Dixon are two of we the Jamaica Reggae Boyz fans, are two of we young superstar them, are two of wonder kids them, are two of the youth them where we were so excited for seeing the team over the last year or so. Two of the youth them were me myself called for. Remember going on a video before the last game in a Curacao when I say them after the day. You get me? I say Whisper need for play, Dixon need for play, Shamar need for play. You get me? I say I remember being a part of that as well. Now, so when this forward out now, and Jamaica Observer dropped to say that they will be missing. So Observer say the Jamaica Observer understands that Shamar Nichols, Dujuan Whisper Richards, and Kaim Dixon are among the high-profile names who are set to be left out of the Reggae Boyz squad for this month's FIFA World Cup playoffs in Mexico. And it goes on to say that the interim coach Rudolph Speed is expected to reveal the squad on Friday ahead of the Interconfederation clash in Mexico with Oceania's New Caledonia on March 26th, and potentially the final against Africa's DR Congo on March 31st, which I also need to do a video on that. So this is it, people, and then post the three players, them Whisper, Shamar, and Kaim Dix, right? Then after that post, we saw this. So this was the first of the post from Craig Butler. So Craig Butler posted this to say, Jamaica, Whisper is ready and resting to go for country. We screamed his name from the stands last time out, and he was awesome for us. Let wise judgment include him in our squad. And the caption reads, so that was, what you call it now? So two different captions. That's the caption on the post. What you call it? Is that caption on the post? Yeah, so the caption on the post. Anyways, people, I'm not get confused. Say, don't use hatred for Phoenix to punish our country. Whisper is important and needed, right? So this is an agent advocating for his player as he's supposed to, understandably, right? Boom, now. So that I'm gonna say, all right then. See what I go on. Now it leads us to today, now, where we are today. Where are we today now, people? And this is where we are today now. So I could show you what I go on now, which part with today. Now, I think this post we may bring up now was there from yesterday, right? And this post was there from yesterday on the Instagram. So, this is the post where we are now, where we are at the current moment in life. So, Craig Butler posted, I would say it's a video, and you can see the video running on screen right now. So, it's a video with a few still images in the video. And in that video, this is where it gets interesting, people, because may I tell you, that one here come like is a series, come like is a series I go on right now. But this is where it started with this post by Craig Butler on his Instagram page. So it's a video with some statistics from transfer market and stuff, right? And this is the first comment. Before we get to the comment, I need to read the actual caption of what the post said, right? All right, so let's read the caption of what the post said first. So again, it's a video, and in the video you have Tyrese Hall stats and transfer market, and you have stats from Dujuan, Whisper Richards, and transfer market. You can see it on the left hand side. Now, if you look on the right hand side, this is what the actual caption of the post says. In 34 appearances at League 2 level, and in bracket there's third division. In England, Tyrese Hall has scored only 7 goals. He was born and raised in England and played for England's U19 before. Now, reading this caption alone, it leads to the age-old problem which we're having, which is this segregation issue of diaspora versus locally bred, and this is where it's rearing right before we are supposed to be going into this very, very important game. The most important game Reggae Boyz has played, Jamaica has played in over 20 odd years. And this is coming back to the front. But again, let's just read. So the caption goes on to say, Dujuan Whisper Richards, 18-year-old, broke the schoolboy goal scoring records. Then he played in the Gold Cup and scored and was second youngest player to score in the Gold Cup. Full stop. He was signed to Chelsea Football Club from Phoenix All-Stars Football Academy. He played Premier League 2 for Chelsea, a highly competitive league and higher ranked than League 2. Now, first thing first, I think I went through the rankings of the league, and unless something wrong with the rankings with me see, but I didn't see Premier League 2. I didn't recall seeing Premier League 2 where they're ranked to say if it's ranked higher than League 2 or not. But all right, that goes out the door. I'm not really fact check that. And in 24 games, he scored 9 goals and 1 assist. He recovered from a knee injury and returned to Jamaica first team, where he was brought on against Curacao and was deadly from the minute he touched the pitch, winning a penalty, and in bracket later declined by VAR. He moved to Leicester City on loan and was involved in 4 games, 2 of which he didn't come off. 2 of which he didn't come off the bench, and 1 he played 33 minutes and in the other 15 minutes. So he was involved in 4 games, 2 of which he didn't come off the bench. 1 he played 33 minutes and 1 he played 15 minutes. All right, good. Leicester City is fighting relegation and chose to bring Whisper Richards to the club to help them. He was given the time to adapt in training and will now feature regularly. Leicester plays in the Championship, the 2nd league in England. Coventry plays in the 3rd league. All right, so the Coventry. All right, my last, but I find myself. I think he's conflating this Coventry. I don't think he means Coventry. I think he means Notts County. But it's important, people. It's important to note why Coventry is in this caption. Because Coventry is a team where one of the players that are supposedly touted to be involved in the Reggae Boyz team, one of the new players also coming from, which is Ephraim Mason Clark. So now Ephraim Mason Clark plays for Coventry. However, Coventry right here is incorrect to say Coventry plays in the third league, because Coventry doesn't play in the third league. Coventry is in the same league that Whisper is currently in Leicester City, and Coventry is actually the first, is actually number one and is almost about to get relegated. So I'm gonna mix up the players them again right here. So I guess he wanted to, subconsciously in mind, probably from Mason Clark, sit up with Tyrese. Follow again. Whispers batting ratio. Batting a cricket. And Craig, and a cricket, you know. What kind of batting ratio? Anyways, we can figure out what I say. Whispers ratio. Let's take out batting out tight. Because alright, let's take out batting. Ready. Whispers ratio and performance this far at 24 games with 9 goals and assists, add up to a little under a goal every game. Hall has played in a lower league than Whisper. The third league played 34 games and scored only 7, an average of goal contribution every 4 games. At Tottenham U21, Hall has played 40 games with only 8 goals. At the U18 level, he also played 41 games with only 10 goals versus Whisper at U18, 27 goals plus assists. The player, people, I tell you, the player was loaned out by Tottenham to a third division club, Notts County. Whisper is playing at a higher level at Leicester in the second, not third division. Whisper is also a born Jamaican, developed in this country and raised in this country, and he is only 20 years old. By all checks, he is statistically ahead of all the players brought in to replace him. He's also the player at 20 who Jamaica should be carrying and getting the experience to lead the country's strike force in years to come. And him say, go comment. Now, the important part of this, the most important part of this post for me is this part right here. So, the part we're saying that Whisper, by all checks, he is statistically ahead of all the players brought in to replace him. I like this, people. You know why I like this? And I'll go back to where Craig spoke about Coventry. And the mere fact that bring up Coventry is also bringing, even though it's a typo, it seems like a mistake, but it also brings in the 3 players that are touted, the 3 new players. The 3 new players that are touted are Andre Brooks, who is playing most of his minutes as a right winger, where Whisper is playing as a right winger. So really and truly, if there's one player that you're saying that is touted to replace Whisper, that player would have been Andre Brooks, right? So if there's a comparison that is supposed to be doing, it's supposed to be the comparison of Andre Brooks. It was never supposed to be the comparison of Tyrese Hall, because again, Tyrese Hall is a midfielder by trade, which we're gonna get around to that. So Andre Brooks is a winger, and he play for Sheffield. Now the player where play for Coventry is actually Ephraim Mason Clark, who is also another winger. And by trade, Whisper is a winger. So if you're looking at winger for winger, you're supposed to say either Andre Brooks or Mason Clark, in my opinion. That is where the target's supposed to be, which, again, in my opinion, people, let me say this. If you're defending your player, you don't need to bring in another player in it. It's just a way what we have as Jamaican, where we love bring up something else. We don't need to bring up nothing else. defend your player and defend your player. But why do you need to bring up another person in it? Now, but do understand where I come from, people. Well, I'm plug in the internet because the internet I move like that move shake. I mean, know why the internet move shaky. But I do understand even where I come from. Say, him have to bring up the player for Say, him have to bring up the player for defending point, right? Say, him have to bring up a player to defend his point. I'm going to get where I come from. You bring up a player for defend your point. But why not bring up like for like? Why not bring up a winger to compare with a winger? Why not? Was it done strategically? Was it done strategically to not bring up a winger for a winger? Because we have to talk about that as well, you know, people, because that is also important. Why Tyrese Hall? That is the real question today. Why Tyrese Hall? You get me? I say, why Tyrese Hall? Why target Tyrese Hall? And again, people, I need to do some facts, some fact checking before me even talk about this. But somebody said to me that this situation reminded them of the situation with Omari Hutchinson. And again, personally, I need to do my research on this because I don't know what's the exact situation with Omari Hutchinson. But I was told that there was something similar that happened with Omari Hutchinson in regards to how he was being compared and put against another player. So is it that history repeat itself? And now we beat Omari Hutchinson and say him not show up for Jamaica and him gone back and play for England, yada yada. But these things can't be any good. But let's continue, people. So the post went on to say further whispers showing up for this country every time he has been called up. He loves and will fight for his country. Is this a time to be calling up former English U19 national team players in a game as important as this? And that's a question. So the question is it the time to call up former English under 19? Well, on there, but necessarily with under 19 England have to do with nothing. So if a player born in England, you're saying that if a player born in England and him live in England and him come up to England Youth Academy and him play for England under 19, what does that have to do with calling them up right now? Like, what are you saying? What are you saying? Is it not a blend of quality we need right now to add to the pool what we are having right now? What are we saying? Again, in an ideal world, people, in an ideal world, I can see where Whisper could be in this team. Because Tyrese Hall have nothing to do with Whisper being in this team. Well, I could continue again, people. I could continue go around here. I could go around here and read again. So, it goes on to say, is this the time to call up? All right, so I said, the other players are 26 plus year old. So now, again, the other players are 26 plus year old. So, a scatter shot, I go on right, I say, everybody I get it. I just beer shot a bus all over the place. However, you can see the zoning in on the English U19 players. So, even though Tyrese Hall are the one we get targeted out, you know, him also bring up Andre Brooks and Coventry, Ephraim Mason Clark. Now, the truth is, Andre Brooks is in 26. Let me tell you Andre Brooks' age right now. So Andre Brooks is literally 22 years old. Andre Brooks is 22 years old. So I guess the only other player you talk about is Ephraim Mason Clark. So Ephraim Mason Clark, who is a left winger by trade, is 26. So when I talk about the other players, let's narrow it down now, Craig. Let's narrow it down. The other players are the other player we have to talk about. Ephraim Mason Clark is 26. All right, that is true, factual. Where is the future for our country in those players? Again, one at 22 and one at 20. One are literally the same age as Whisper. All right, people, I'm trying to be as objective as possible because, again, let me say this again. In an ideal scenario, Whisper should be in this team. And if I know merit, a credit. If I even know merit, a credit. And again, I understand this credit thing. And we know, say, we want to get rid of this credit thing and throw it out the door. But if I know merit, I don't know. I would biasly, prejudiciously find a way for put Whisper on the team. But in all honesty, that wouldn't be on what he's doing lately. Tyrese all scored yesterday. Tyrese all literally scored yesterday. That's what this people need the like button. And need the like button. I need the like button. Yeah, all right, so we can move on. So I guess shots were fired this o'clock right there. So you see me? Where's the future for our country in those players? When Leon Gray company retires, so will the other two call-ups as they are close in age. Again, this is just not factual because the other two call-ups, unless Craig talk about somebody else, probably Craig give you a hint, people. Probably can't take the hint, Is Craig talking about Ephraim Mason Clark and Keenan Davis? Probably a Keenan Davis, people. Probably Craig I tell you something and we need to listen. Probably a Ephraim Mason Clark and Keenan Davis in my talk about Kia Andre Brooks. A Kia literally Andre Brooks we are 22-year-old and a Kia Tyrese all we are 20-year-old. So I must Keenan Davis and Ephraim Mason Clark, right? So goes on to say, let me just read this real quick, people, because sure I go too long. So why leave out Whisper? Dixon and our main striker and leading goal scorer for our country strike force. Right, so that was the first comment we get the ball rolling, right? Then he goes on to say, the age of the other players alone ruled them out for me. So the age of the other players ruled them out for him. There's no future in these players. Better you make Bowser finish his career fighting for our country, areas, our country. You have, again, stopped football development and all the coaches developing talent here straight in the heart again. Why should players aspire to become top professional or top pro footballers and keep our nationality when our national federation is busy living? I think this is probably licking the boots. Or they are bootlickers, or licking the boots, or living the boots. I don't want to say anything that wasn't said. Living the boots, I'm assuming it's licking, but I living the boots of any reject willing to come on a effing holiday and put on the black, green, and gold in exchange for the Union Jack. And this is so crazy, people. Like, sometimes I wonder if we know the powers we have. Cause again, people, is the only reason why I'm even read this is because it's already public. You get me? I say I should even read about them something because really and truly I'm telling you. All right. Jano. So that was the system that started all of this. And then I think there were some responses. Let me get to the responses first, but I just want to give a good timeline. I just want to read all of this and just get it over it. And because all that is crazy to me, people. Crazy. All right, so what was next? Let me read what was next. What came next is... All right, so what came next was this. So Craig continued by saying, I had a player whose mom recently refused to wait for her son to be capped for the senior national team for his country, and it's a much lower ranked country than ours. At first, I tried to give good management advice to wait, but in hindsight, patriotism is key, and I can't wrong her. While we keep looking for great grandmas and dads to get passport for players who don't even understand our language, much less our culture, fire burn for that Rasta. Fight out Whisper for what? Because you couldn't get him to leave Phoenix and go to another club. Theo is home now and almost back to his old self. And when we transfer him to Europe and he's doing well, what do you think? And he calls a name that me not call for. Me I try to read this thing without try to get involved in a legal nothing people. Me I do my best. Alright, so I call a name, call the name of the national team coach. Is going to do as coach. He has blocked so many young talents and now he spits in the face of all our players and developmental coaches. Continuing. Let us do some backtracking though. Call the coach name of the national team. Hates and say coach's name hates Phoenix as well. No, I'm saying hates Phoenix as we are all he would dream to be in football. In terms of the business of football, we have built and transferred our players to the highest level. You're 98. Oh, go on.
Father King, you hear me say?
Yeah.
If you read an article, you can get so.
Me no know, you know, but me not run a risk, you know. You think me can get sued? Me not know. Me need to talk to my lawyer friend about it.
You read the content what somebody put out.
Okay. You know me I call. Hear me I do. Hear me I do. Me I call me. Me I call my lawyer Bridget right now.
Yeah, but what you know?
And confirm it. Yeah.
No. Look now.
Yeah.
You read the thing. That's what I say. What do you know? You read the thing now. We want the information.
Yeah.
In the world now. And you read the thing on a short change, bro. Call the lawyer friend before then, no man.
No. Me I call my lawyer friend right now. Me I text him right now. And here.
No more. Call the lawyer friend, get information and stop short change. We really want the information.
All right.
Even though they probably do me, is the reason why we are watching the show, bro.
Yeah.
So we are watching the show to tell you what it is, bro.
All right. Now see, all right.
You understand what you know?
Yeah.
A man, I go say you see it now. King a really speed boot, they can never want to call speed name.
No, it's not about me call speed name, but in the context. In the context of accusing. Remember say, you know, listen good, you know. Remember say,
yeah.
My boy, they will get drawn up in a court case. Is not what end up happening. I don't know what I mean, but again, me do my clears. Me no want it. Me personally don't want it. So I guess if you don't want to say what you want to say, that is own business. Me I protect myself. 98. Me have to protect me, you know. Me have to protect me.
But that's what I said to you, say no.
Yeah.
Call the lawyer. Get the information.
Yeah.
If you can go ahead and read out the article in its full entirety, I will have this enough long with it.
No. All right, I get what you say. All right, big up yourself. I'm continue because I need to done quick. I get what you say.
Yeah.
Respect. Yeah. People 98 some for call the name. Call I'm need for call man. I'm let me lie. I'm go and read the article first. You see me? Anyways. So we have built and transferred our players to the highest. So this goes on to say 98 is calling back people. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that again. Just use the word allegedly. And you're fine.
I'm fine. Yeah, all right, my boss.
Allegedly, yeah. And you want to say it is alleged. He must say that. Whosoever write the article, allegedly. And you say it.
All right. Let's see how it
is. See what the word they don't want to call on them. I'm going to clear themselves.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Why people? See why I even like do them show ya. You see me? I call my lawyer bridge in the ear, myself. Let me call my lawyer bridge in the ear, myself. I should have done this. Call a galang with your day chat. Let me just call bridge in the ear, myself, real quick, people, and then we can continue the article real quick. Even though I should have do this as well, say before and you see me? Big up yourself to everybody in the comment section. So people may just get some professional advice. You get me? I say big up yourself 90. Even using allegedly, it doesn't take away because again it is being spread. Information is being spread, and allegedly or not is me reading. So again, anyways, people, you know what I'm gonna do? I guess we get the point. Let me just go to the important parts. Go to the important parts. So to all of this that was said, OYS Sports Management, who is the agent representing for Tyrese All, actually responded to the comments. Let me just say this right here, people. And then it started by saying this. Dear Mr. Butler, we write further to your recent public post. As a general rule, we would not ordinarily engage in public discourse of this nature. However, given the content and tone of your remarks and the upset caused, we consider it necessary to respond. You see me? So that is what they are saying. Whilst we note your apparent dissatisfaction with the Jamaica Football Federation, we are both surprised and disappointed that an individual of your standing within Jamaica football would choose to publicly discredit our clients' achievements. We understand and respect your desire to advocate for your own client. However, this should not come at the expense of creating a misleading and unfair narrative that diminishes Tyrese's ability and contribution. So the second post OSYS management said was, for the avoidance of doubt, Tyrese is a highly versatile central midfielder. Your comparison with Dujuan Richards is misplaced and demonstrates a lack of proper understanding of Tyrese's role. The statistics you have relied upon relate to a period in which he was deployed as a deeper midfield, as deployed in a deeper midfield position where his primary function is not goal scoring. Tyrese's strengths lie in his ability to control and dictate the tempo of a match across multiple midfield roles, including as a number 6, 8, and a 10. He has been an integral part of the youth setup at Tottenham Hotspur, contributing significantly to their success, including the 2024 Premier League Cup and League Double, where he both scored an assist in the final against Liverpool. In recognition of his performances and development, he was also awarded Scholar of the Year. And I think the third thing that OSYS said was this: Tyrese is and always has been a proud Jamaican. He maintains strong personal ties to the island, returning regularly during the off season to spend time with family and friends. For clarity, he has held Jamaican citizenship and Jamaican passport for a number of years, well in advance of any discussion regarding international representation. In summary, your comments in relation to our client are both unwarranted and inappropriate. We respectfully request that you remove all reference to our client from your post within 36 hours. Failing this, we reserve all rights to take further action as appropriate. Yours sincerely, OYS Sports Management. Now, I tell people to take down this our 36 hours legal action or further action. Failing this, we reserve all rights to take further action as appropriate. Now, tell me now, people. Tell me now, people. And then we see Bomb Sports being tagged. Bomb Sports all over again. We see Bomb Sports being tagged. We see MG Sports being tagged. And we see Reggae Boyz supporters, communities being tagged as well. Very interesting indeed, people. Now, me see people, I tell people to take down things before legal actions. Before legal actions, people, I just say get interested. Now, really and truly, people, I'm telling you that I understand everything where everything I come from. Listen, everybody in the comment section, people I say it's public information. People I say all kind of things. However, people, me have to protect me And I'm pretty sure that I'm not trying to get involved in any legal something right now. I saw me stay people. I try to stay away from them something until me get the right information. Big up yourself, Bomb Sports. Clifton Shuttleworth said, lol, we might just make it to the World Cup. All this pain my heart still. Yeah, man. That's why it's always said people chooses to see things the way they want. Yeah, I know it's the media. Read public information, Charlotte. Yeah. You too shaky Dan saying, Dan. Yeah, I tell you. Butler always cause segregation. Yeah, people, it's very interesting. And in my opinion, I'm gonna give my opinion on it. I'm gonna be honest, people, I think it's very unwarranted and very unnecessary in right now. I think that if Butler came out defending his player, you defend a player. Because me want to defend Whisper, you know, people. Me there want to defend Whisper. However, there's not a lot me can defend Whisper with based on the fact say Whisper go to Leicester. Me personally think Whisper should be playing more at Leicester. I understand the situation there. I understand me give him the grace and the time to think that he will be playing in the future as well, right? Because me bank and Whisper for actually make it and make it big. Me back on his talent making it. So me want to defend him, right? Bam Sports a coward man keeps on bone. Hit the like button for my reminder now. Adi, welcome to the show.
Big up.
So Adi, why you make of that situation here real quick? Why you make of that situation here? Because we are going to watch some Champions League. You know? Adi, you mute.
Thanks, bro. No, afternoon, everyone. It's very unfortunate, and I kind of like the response that they gave. I kind of like the response that was given because, truth be told, if we are advocating for our client, it shouldn't be at the cost of another client. You understand what I'm saying? It really shouldn't be. So we want to sell, you know, the strengths of our client, and we want to share why we think that this our client should be in. It should not be at, you know, the cost of a potential teammate, because at the end of the day, at some point, both Tyrese and Whisper will be sharing the field together. You know, we'll be in the locker room together. We'll be sharing a hotel room together when they travel. So it's not helping to foster teaming. You get me? And as I use the word unfortunate because me know Mr. Butler supposed to know better. I mean, sometimes I get emotional and kind of speak, for want of a better word, speak out of turn. But come on, man. It is this is just unpleasant right now. You get what I'm saying? And it started because of how the man got emotional and bash on another player. You don't do that. You don't do that.
Yeah, definitely. Because but then here's also the other thing that is being pointed out is that the other two players that are being touted to be included in the squad are actual wingers, which is Efren Clark and Andre Brooks. And Andre Brooks is actually the player that if you're saying that Whisper is being replaced in the team for a right winger is being replaced, Whisper was a right winger. And that is Andre Brooks, because Andre Brooks' main position that he has played this season is right wing. Now, somebody pointed out to me and said, probably the reason why he will not pick on Andre Brooks is because statistically you can't compare Whisper to Andre Brooks. So is it a case of doping who for frightened or picking on the weak link? And then again, even the weak link thing probably not make much. The comparison is not apples to apples. You can't compare oranges to apples, or you get me? I say so. It kind of,
and that's why and you're not the only one.
Because what are they, Adi? Because even if you're advocating for your player and you're gonna say that me advocating for him because this is the player we're in the squad over him, and this player doesn't warrant to be in the squad, I would think that you're gonna advocate for a like player. And I don't think Tyrese all is like for like as it relates to Whisper.
That is correct. That is correct. And remember now, even the response that you just read a while ago, it also spoke to that. To say there are two different players and the type of position and the role that Tyrese has in the team that he has played in is not similar to that of Whisper. So you are 100% correct. You know, whether I want to call it weak link or double over frightened or a combination of both. I think it's just that. It's just unfortunate. I keep using the word unfortunate, right? Because we think we know better. All right. And we say we because it's almost like the man that represent Jamaica, because at the end of the day, Jamaica get embroiled in all of this, right?
Yeah.
The thing gets leaked, or we hear say, or somebody say, them see the list. JFF and Mr. Speed say, come Friday the 20th, the team will be announced. Why we up in arms? I mean, I'm even saying to myself, say, boy, we know certain news sell, right? A newspaper sell certain way when certain news are carried. And so we can understand, observe and run with it. You get me? But to be told this, none of us really know, including Mr. Butler, if Whisper is really out or he's in. We don't know, you know. You get what I'm saying? Yes, the report is that Nicholson, Whisper, and our baller from Charlton, name me lose me now. Them three man they out. It may be a situation, you know, sometimes them say, boy, if you know go so it near so, maybe it's one of them out, maybe it's two of them out, maybe Whisper is there. We don't know. So wait till the thing read out now, because get to them now. Does he think threatening or making these statements at this time before the team even announced that is going to help Whisper's case if Whisper is not there?
So as somebody in the comment is saying that these players would have been contacted, I think 14 or 15 days before the call up. The club have to be what you call it, you have to tell the club. So again, the clubs would have to be notified, and I guess the agents would have to be notified. So probably that's the premise where they're coming off to say that probably the agent would know if his player would have gotten contacted or not. However, to your point, what good does this do? What's positive does this do at this moment? Like what good does it do? Yeah.
More harm than good.
Probably it's an opportunity to highlight in a film opinion, again in my defending player, say that he's being you call it now. What's the word? I don't know. Yes, what's the word? Probably my highlight say in player for Dede and in player deserve to be there, and that's just his way of saying that in player supposed to be Dede. However, I don't know if the timing probably must say see the Jamaica, see that this me I tell him to see that him for Dede and him not Dede, and see how this player get called over him. But the reality is that if Jamaicans, if I do research and really look at a player like Andre Brooks, and if you can fit a Whisper in there and have a Andre Brooks and have a Leon Bailey, fine. But that means you're three out and out right winger you bring. But again, how I was looking at it, you know, is that we don't have a lot of center forwards in the team. So I would say, all right, then probably you bring a additional forward who can play across the line, because that's a point that Craig are making. Mr. Butler made the point to say that Whisper can also play across the line. So probably he's trying to put some public pressure on the coach to make the public come out and say, you know what, Whisper for there, and probably just like the Walter Boyd situation, the public yield to the pressure, and the coach will end up with no option more than just to bring Whisper. I don't know if it's a situation like that, but let's see how this one plays out. For me, I don't think it do a lot of good right now, especially. Again, I need to do my research on this, but I was told that it's a similar situation to the one that we had with Omari Hutchinson. Where Omari Hutchinson, I don't know, I guess me have to do my research or hear from people that did it, but I hear that it was a similar situation why Omari Hutchinson get boo, and now, because Omari Hutchinson say him not come back, yada yada. So again, we don't want to turn away the players right now, to be honest. We want to give them a chance and see if them can come add some value, if them can come add some value or not. And in my opinion, statistically speaking, I think 90% of Jamaicans would welcome Tyrese Hall, or 99% of Jamaicans would welcome Tyrese Hall inclusion in this team. If you're looking at statistics alone, if you're looking at where the position the player play, if you're looking at what the player can add, 99.99% of us would welcome Tyrese Hall. And I just know we are called for Tyrese Hall on the team. So Tyrese Hall, Ephraim Mason Clark, Andre Brooks, welcome to the team. That me I say. Me I welcome them to the team with open arms.
Spot on. The other thing is, is, for example, the you know that because the rumor has it, right? Because the team don't name yet, but it's said that there's a return of Bailey, right? So the man say, "Yo, Chip, you got it." So clearly, it can't be as personal as Mr. Butler is trying to make it, right? Because him saying, it's because of Phoenix ballers and if they don't want a Phoenix ball. That is not so. We just recently we see Sean Layton, a star up the under 20s. If JFF had anything against his type of players, then would I say the obvious that they wouldn't call none of them, and then we the public would have said, boy, no man, something wrong for true. So sometimes we try to make things out to be what they are not. And as me say, remember now, yes, teams are giving notice for players to be here. But something about emergency thing can go on. Just like when Whisper was not called for the game in where was it? Over the play. It was an away game, right?
Yeah.
And the man Whisper came the day before. When they have the last training, the man just reached the people in a train with them none at all. And guess what happened? Did you know the next day when he played, the next day when the game played, the man get 15 minutes or 13 minutes? When me I say is that say. And coach never call him from before. So even if he's not in the list right now, we can tell that there's a weekend of football to happen. A man who might be on the list, and you will hear him name called Friday, play Saturday or play Sunday and get injured, God forbid, and can't come, and the next man I've just roll in. So when we do these things, it only hurt the nation and it hurt the players involved. We don't need them kind of them type of thing. It not right. We can be emotional about certain things, but we have to know how to hold it and when to hold it. Make the list call out and then we have a conversation. That's all.
Yeah, I get that as well. But again, if you're feeling slighted as the agent, you're gonna feel like it's your job to defend the player, to be honest. So it's about defending the player, it's about the limit that you choose to go, and it's about that. I think there's a response. I think this is a response that Mr. Butler saying that everything I have said is purely based on statistic. Holding a Jamaican passport isn't committing to play for Jamaica. Playing for one country, then switching allegiance because the opportunity for one's number one choice passes does not a patriot to Jamaica make. I'm not easily intimidated, and nothing I have said is inaccurate. You may not like it, but it's facts. The stats are facts. Take them down off transfer market if they aren't fact. Further to the commitment of Whisper to his country, Whisper has shown is exemplary of how a patriot should be. We all know Jamaica is a good holiday destination, and what better way to spend a holiday than with family? Send that wherever you want. The JFF can never say Whisper choose another country over Jamaica when he was being sold to Qatar by undesirables. He stood firm for Jamaica. Proud to be Jamaican and turned down the opportunity to leave Jamaica to go to Qatar. get Qatar citizenship and money. He stayed and stood against. So not even that me not gonna read. Me no business. He stayed and stood against blank to represent his country. England's U19 is good for Tyrese and he should represent the country of his birth. And he should represent the country of his birth and growth and who developed him. Wow. You're saying that England U19 is good for Tyrese and he should represent the country of his birth.
Look here.
Wow.
Let me tell you this, King. King, let me tell you this, King.
Wow.
Let me tell you this.
Wow.
Let me tell you this much. You see,
That's
hold on, man.
crazy.
And you see, by now, Jamaicans know Mr. Butler, right? By now, Mr. Butler will tell you, say, things are facts and they are not always facts, right? Just his opinion and his passion coming through. I can tell you, say, if Mr. Butler was in charge of the Jamaican national team, whether in the future
wait. This is the views expressed by Adi and as a caller fee.
Yeah, man, no, with a disclaimer. But I can tell you, say, no. If he was in charge, I believe,
That
this
is
is my
your
opinion.
Okay.
This is my opinion that he would go overseas to look for English born players too, or players born outside of Jamaica. And we know that because we never necessarily can find the best 25 or 26 who can represent we locally on the soil so, or who the born of Jamaica. That's the truth. Where you tell me, say, for example, look on Marlon Van, I pronounce him last name, right? The right back will play for the under 20s there. Him there at this club name. I know FC yeah. That youth from you see him off the ball and on the ball, that youth is a baller.
No, man, quality
written all over the youth there. But was he born here? No. So what you tell me, say, because I'm down born, him can't represent me. I tell you, say, in my opinion, Mr. Butler, if he was in charge of the program, he would be going after these players who born overseas as well. So me gonna rubbish the argument the way I come with. He's just saying it out of his frustration and pain or whatever it is. But the conversation he's having in the media, in the public space, right now is unfortunate and it is untimely because the team the team don't listen yet. Formally, it's not announced yet.
Yeah,
that's
later I'm gonna do another live later, so I'm gonna really round up that one. But I have to say big up Neil Alvaranga coming through with the super chat. Say, I understand the first part. Say, clown out the thing. One player midfield, one player on the wing. So I guess he might identify the difference between both players. One is on the wing, one is in midfield.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's kind of unfortunate for true.
I hear the irony. Hear the irony of it now. One other point. The irony of it is, I remember Mr. Butler speaking about the game that we played in Trinidad and mentioning other games where players who play a particular position and are best at this particular position were being played in positions that they're not necessarily is their best position, just to get them in the team or whatever it is, what the coach was doing. So a man who is a central mid, we are put him in a centre half because he played 2 games in centre half. A man who is right back, you put him in a midfield. He cut all that, and say play players in the position where them strongest, And guess what?
Yeah.
Why would he be comparing? Why would him know? The man know him, but about know football. He is no dunce. The man know football. Why is he comparing Whisper with Tyrese? And 2 different positions. Come on, man.
It's just weird, man. It's weird, but it's a bit distasteful. It's a bit distasteful in all honesty. Reading, because I didn't read all I didn't read all I before I came on here. So that's why, probably that is one of the things why 98 called me. I tell me to read it out. I should have really even get some legal advice before me even know what to read and not to read. But the thing is, me have to protect myself, and reading it now probably even some of this new, probably a comment as a new before I'm the one, but I'm not read no more, right? May I be honest. Because see what next one, you think Jamaica have the luxury of England or Brazil? We have to nurture and take care of our players. Our pool is too small and stop coming with the non-born Jamaican pool. Like, come on. Like, we can't do this right now. No one at the
I
time
guess
for
so.
do this. It's just
I guess
crazy
so.
right now. Crazy
Yeah.
right now.
No,
It's
you're
crazy.
right. And guess what? It probably, sometimes when I wouldn't say a girl wants attention. You know when somebody is craving attention, I want to bring attention to a particular thing. They'll even say some things that don't really make sense, and them don't make sense, But right now, just to get the attention on it, they'll just say it without even thinking, brother. I mean, because trust me, when you read some of the stuff that the man utter, with no say, come on, man. Him don't really believe what he's saying. And another day, something don't affect him. I'm going to show you. I'm going to tell you how I feel about it, which is not the way that the narrative he's fronting now. I tell you, it unnecessary, brother. It's unnecessary.
But the thing is, he's an excellent salesman, and he's an excellent agent, because this is what you're supposed to do as an agent. You're supposed to defend your own. You're supposed to, but there has to be a limit. There has to be a limit, and the limit, you have to draw a line where, all right, then you can't go no further than this, because yes, it's supposed to do. You see me? So it's about the line. You have to draw a line about where you're stopping all of this. You get me? I say it can't be this, because again, I'm understand the sentiments of protecting our own, but even last week with I think it was the under 17 with the St. Kitts team, like there are a few people. I don't know, like me can't understand it, because there's a few ballers from St. Kitts. I think Savvy K come from St. Kitts, where they are Phoenix. Is it that we're supposed to say that probably Phoenix no fear develop no baller from outside of the country then, and fear focus on baller with just born of the country? Come on, Mr. Butler, man. That one kind of. But
It not
me,
add up.
again,
It not add up.
I understand both sides of the story. I understand same a defending player. But all I could say is that you can defend a player without bringing the nationality in it, because we are all one Jamaica. Jamaica, our motto is literally out of many one people. And personally, we have to try to bring in quality to add to our app. Now, if we have players like Tyrese, quality in Jamaica, fine. But me probably not say a lot. Now, the good thing is that, and this is also something I need to bring up before we run out the show, is that there's one special name that is being touted to be added to the team. Another number 10 is being touted to be added to the team. And that number 10 is from the Jamaica Premier League. He's from the Jamaican Premier League. I'm going to bring it up on screen right now as we speak, because there is a number 10 that also plays in that same position that is also being touted to be in the team. And look at this irony on your screen right now, people. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. Big up for your super chat. But look at this. Me have to take this off. This player is by the name of Dwight Merrick, who is a number 10, and he's being touted to be one of the players that will make the team, and that is Dwight Merrick. And look under the comment. Look under the comment what you see. Craig Butler posting to say congratulations, Dwight. That's a number 10 that is locally bred. I know it's so ironic about this number 10, Dwight Merrick, because I'm a huge fan of Dwight Merrick. And the ironic thing about Dwight Merrick is that Bashi, who is Nikhil Ellis, has gotten way more publication than Dwight Merrick. Merrick has gone under the radar, and Merrick one of the leading goal scorer. I think Imam Bashi up there as well. But it so happened that if you ask most Jamaicans if a baller would get called from the local league, who would it be? Everybody would tell you Bashi. Everybody that tell you say it would be Nickel Ellis. But the coach decides say, well, I guess you're gonna see the squad. But if it's been as touted and Dwight Merritt did it, this show you say, me don't know if politics can involve in that call up here because I don't see nobody I say no politics involved in Merrick. But Merrick is warranted his place if he's there. Merrick is literally warranted his place. I'm a huge fan of Merrick. Him left-footed. You see me, a JC old boy. Really, him, what him depon? Him depon what? 10 goals, playing as a attacking midfielder. I don't know what more to say. So, again, I don't think so far, based on the news that we have, it don't seem like, I don't know. Based on the news, we have to go wait for the squad on Friday, and then I guess Friday we will see and we can judge it a lot better. But based on what we see so far, the names that we hear, Merrick, deserve to be there. Tyrese Hall, welcome. Efran Mason Clark, welcome. Andre Brooks, welcome. Are them 4 new names that we hear so far? I welcome all of them, man. And even Butler welcome Dwight. Butler welcome Dwight. So it kind of, it's crazy. It's crazy. 10 goals and 8 assists. Richie, message me there, Richie. Because I try, I'm not see a number. I don't know what I do to my WhatsApp. I'm not find. I don't know if you want to come have your say on this as well. Is Merrick better than Bash Ellis? To me, farmer, the American Bash is something there. To me personally, if Bash did there, me personally would have a problem either. Merrick, me have my preference, and I like Bashi. When I say I like Bashi, I like the player. I like him game. I think that in terms of presence, him seem like a more developed player. In terms of him built, you see me, I think that one of the things that people are going to say Bashi need to put on some weight on them something there, and him need to develop and grow. But Merrick, personally, I think Merrick, I feel like he's a unit. I feel like the left-footedness of Merrick alone kind of make me biased towards him as well. Merrick used to be at Phoenix. Merrick used to be at Phoenix too. Right. Not if you didn't know this. Richie, call the show late. Richie, I call in later. I try link me on WhatsApp because I don't know what I'm doing with my WhatsApp. I can't even find this. But people, I'm run up the show right as I'm going to do a live later. I'm supposed to do a video. I'm supposed to do all kind of things, people. So, you see me. But, Adi, respect for passing through. I know boss are playing a hot match. I have to watch match myself. You see me. Later again. You see me. Later again. Because myself, Tycoon, say speed of my support on this one. But the lead national team alone. Because myself, Tycoon. Bro, from yesterday, Tycoon say I agree with speed. You know about that. Yeah, man, from Tycoon, I say so. But of them don't care about national team. It's more about selling his player. Yo, from Tycoon, I say so. You must know. But I don't see no wrong in his action. From Tycoon, I say so, people, you must know. If you see Tycoon, I say so. Tycoon usually say so for true. So, yeah, but people are left the one right, so. You see me, we left that one right, so. We don't need the division in the team right now. You see me, we don't need the people hit the like button. I just think I just want to cover that one real quick. Hit the like button and we are all people. Later again, we're gonna do a live. It's getting closer to the squad, so it's all about the squad. We just want to talk about this, so we don't have to talk about this later. Easy me people. Big up on yourself. Until next time, you don't know it's your boy King. Thanks for watching, people. Hit the like button on your way out. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do so. No. Easy me. Big up on yourself, people. Until next time. What?
When Pree TV, big them up. Yes, sir, when it case the family, big up Pree TV. Like, share, subscribe.
Boom! I don't know about TV, we are big up, I don't know. Boom! I want Pree TV, you don't know how to big up yourself every time.
Like, share, and subscribe to Pree TV.
I will tell them, say, Pree TV, I will tell them Tyrese is nothing. Zoom in for the diamond then.
Oh,
Give
shit.
me everything. Obey your image, I will make them know. I've seen enough TV before, but I've never seen a TV like this. I've seen enough station before, but PTV, the one you top list. Shizzle for cheesy. I didn't know big enough ball TV would be so easy. Kaboom, room, sham, kaboom.